ombudsman is also going after other former lawmakers and government officials for the alleged misuse of pork barrel funds. The ombudsman's investigators have filed a formal charge for malversation of public funds against former Nueva Ecija Representative Rodolfo Antonino, former Agriculture Secretary Arthur Yap, and several others. The ombudsman says its probe showed that 14.5 million pesos of Antonino's pork funds went to Ghost Livelihood Kits project in his province. The funds were coursed through the NGO Buhay Mumuhalco Foundation Incorporated. A number of concerned city and municipal officials said they did not receive the livelihood sets. Meanwhile, a separate complaint for malversation of public funds was filed against former Isabela Representative Anthony Miranda and 9 others also in connection with the PDAP scam. The ombudsman says it is investigating other pork barrel scams similar to the one allegedly masterminded by Janet Lim Napoles.
And we're joined here in the studio by former Nueva Ecija Representative Rodolfo Antonino. Kong Rudy, magandang hapon po sa inyo.
Magandang hapon, Tony Bernadette. Magandang hapon sa lahat.
Parang pagkatapos ng terminate, bumata ang itsura nila.
Well, siguro less stress.
So ngayon, nagpapahinga lang talaga kayo. You're not involved in any consultancy work
Or back in private business.
Yeah.
Businesses that I actually almost let go when I was congressman because I didn't have time to take care of those businesses. So now I'm back there.
Okay. Now let's go to the heart of the issue.
Yes.
As to why you're here. Because the accusation against you is that these supposed livelihood kits that were distributed to farmer beneficiaries in several municipalities in Nueva Ecija supposedly were not received at all. But to begin with, ano po ba ang livelihood kit na dapat na ito?
Hindi ko alam. I really don't know.
So you have no hand in implementing or even conceptualizing the project?
Well, no, because as far as I could remember, no, and this is what I wrote to the COA.
Oh.
No? And perhaps let me start to answer your question. No? Through this. No? In February, sometime in February, nakatanggap ako na sulat sa COA. Ang sabi ng COA, may attachments. We would like to know if you will confirm that the attachments are contain your signature, your genuine signatures, certified true and correct. These were basically attachments on this, that's how I first learned about it, on this particular project. And when I looked at it, it was like black and white. It was not my signature. Very, very far from it. So I wrote the COA. I wrote them on February 8, and I said that civil letter, and I state categorically that my signatures are forged. And I actually asked for the COA for their help. Because when your signature is forged, crime yun, hindi ba? Dapat naman ay siguro tulungan ka naman para maklear up yun. So I asked for their help. And I requested them for copies of the documents that madala na sa NBI para mapalinawan na kagad kung ano talaga, forged ba yan o hindi. No, not just my word. No. The COA never responded to me. Never got back to me.
Hindi kayo dimension ng NBI on your own?
No, I didn't because to do that, when I asked for it, ang kailangan ng NBI, original. Hindi pwede Xerox eh. Hindi mo pwede kumparan yung Xerox versus my genuine signature. So, it had to be the original documents that presumably worked with the COA. No? So that's why I was asking for their help in order to clear this matter up. What did the COA do? The COA they did not respond to my letter. Eventually, they came out with an audit report, and basically in the audit report, they say that Rodolfo Antonino denied signatures in the list of beneficiaries and certificate of consent. That's all they put.
Anong year po lumabas yung report na yun?
Now, this is 2007 to 2009 COA report.
Okay.
The big COA report.
Okay.
This one.
So wala pong, sorry.
Go ahead.
So wala pong investigation as far as you're concerned. Hindi talaga in-investigate kasi parang one comment from you was already enough. and conclusive. Parang ganun po yun.
Parang ganun. Kasi, and what surprises me with the COA, in my experience, the COA, when they audit, they'll audit. But then, when they have their findings, they have what is called an exit conference. This happens in the municipalities, everything. When they have their findings, they now confront, let's say, if it's a mayor or whoever, they will confront and say, itong findings namin, anong masasabi mo tungkol dyan?
Okay.
No?
Walang
Yeah.
ganun sa'yo.
Walang ganon. No? And that's part of the audit process. This is not something that is, how to say, not part of it. You know? It's something na talaga yan, ginagawa ng COA yan. Na pag may audit findings, dadalhin sa'yo at sasabihin sa'yo, itong audit findings sa akin, ano ang paliwanag mo?
So please give you a chance to explain.
Yes, because syempre, nobody wants, and I hope the COA also doesn't want to be putting in a COA report. That's something that pala, malinaw kung nag-exit conference sila. And this happens many times in the LGUs. Pag nag-COA report sila sa LGUs, maraming mga findings ang COA. Pero when they talk to the accountants, when they finally, say, ito ang naging findings na, walang disbursement voucher yan.
Okay.
O saan ba yan yan? O, hindi sasabihin, hindi, ito. O, nawawala yung findings, hindi na nasasama sa
Naging
report.
remiss ang COA in this case lang kung hindi ka binigyan ng chance for an exit conference.
I think so, because as I said in my letter, I wanted to get to the bottom of it already at that time.
Oh.
Because bakit pa, hindi ba? Why should we do that? Not like other people na hindi sumagot sa COA. Ako is very fast. Like, within 2-3 days, I already had answered the COA.
So, yung mga, sabihin natin, mga SARO, mga notice of cash allocation, through DBM naman lahat dumaan yun.
Yeah.
Saan ka lang ba nakapirma supposed to be?
Well, ang sinasabi nila
Yeah.
dito sa abuan, kasi ito lang yung pinadala sa akin yung annexes. Because I presume if there was any other documentation, they would have sent that to me also to verify my signature.
Yes, pero anong documents ba yung yung may pirma supposed to? Kayo na.
It's supposed to be, the Annex 1 and 2 of their letter
Oh.
was the list of beneficiaries
Pirma mo daw yun.
na hindi itemized. Kumbaga ilang number lang per town.
Oh.
Na gano'n na may pirma ako, certified correct.
Yun daw ang may pirma mo.
Yan ang may pirma ko.
Okay.
Nasabi ng COA, which I responded to them. Ang sabi ko, hindi ko pirma yan. O sana tulungan niyo ako para ma-establish natin. Para matapos na yung sa report. No? Hindi naman nagkwan. Lumabas yung COA report.
Yeah.
Denied. I just denied the signatures. No? They didn't actually help it.
Investigate.
Oh,
Kung
they
talagang
didn't get to the
forge
bottom
lang.
of it. No, they just said, oh, well, he denied it. So we'll just put that in the report.
Oh.
Rather than getting into it talaga and then you say, the bottom line is that we went to the NBI or wherever we can have signatures compared.
Oh.
And it came out that indeed the signatures were forged.
Okay.
It was not just Congressman Antonino's word.
Pero kung ito, no, dahil meron naman siguro ilalabas ng mga notice of cash allocation, tapos yung SARO, ilalabas din naman gano'n. At any step of that process, hindi ba kayo nai-inform na meron nang ilalabas supposed to be pera na galing sa pondo ninyo?
Hindi, doon na ako nagalit eh. I also put that in my COA letter.
Oo.
Kasi, yung recollection ko, yung sa akin kasi, ever since I was congressman, I never allocated any of my funds to anything other than yung SEEDS program ng DSWD. Which is yung Comprehensive Integrated Delivery of Social Services.
Okay.
Why did I do that? Because one of my pet projects really to help people was really in their medical, their medicines, their education. Kaya yung scholars, I had 10,000 scholars. No? And everything always went to SEEDS. You know? Lahat yan. Kaya hindi ko ma-recall na
Never likely component.
then what really surprised me with this, Tony, and Bernadette, is that this was February of 2007. So we are talking about February, March, April, May elections na. And I'm up for election. Can you imagine if I were to, that's what it really surprised me, if I were to not give money to the scholars, that would be like political suicide. Hindi ba? So, kaya ako bulat. And I'm also glad na lumabas ito. Pero hindi naman sana yung ganitong parang bang the whole world already seems to have prejudged that, you know, may participation.
So, I guess kailangan natin pag-usapan since it's already out there, no?
Yeah.
Like, etong Buhay Mo Mahal Ko Foundation, are you familiar with this foundation?
No, I'm not.
First time you've heard about it.
Yes.
So, nung lumabas po itong issue ito recently,
No, I first learned about this foundation through the COA report.
na ngayon sa media, nagulat kayo kasi akala niyo siguro patay na yung issue dahil ang tagal nang nakuha yung COA report na yun, di ba?
Well, hindi naman, because there was always talk that there was further investigations, and I also understood that, syempre, sa dami, you know, they can't be, you know, everyone all at the same time. Siguro, kanya-kanya po niya, kaya sinabi nila, di ba, may first batch, may second batch, may third batch, baka may fourth batch, but maybe, you know, I accepted that. Okay lang yan eh. Kasi siguro, that's the reality. Na hindi naman siguro sa dami ng nasa COA report niya.
Actually ngayon, yung kinubita ka dito, Kong Rudy, may dalang mga folder,
Yes.
yung mga file, pero wala naman tayong oras talagang busisiin ito, no? Pero just to give us an idea, ano po ba ang maipapakita nyo, aside from yung contention yung forged yung signature ninyo, na hindi po nanggaling sa pinag ninyo, yung supposed to be perang kailangan para dun sa mga livelihood project, livelihood kit, no?
Well, I really don't have any documents that I can share.
Okay.
Because, as I said, everything, as to my recollection, went to the SIDS program of the DSWD.
Ano po yung dala yung mga...
Well, this is basically the COA report. So, ito yung COA, no?
Okay.
So, we cleared that up.
Okay.
Sana naman, kung kuwan magpo naman sila at get to the bottom. Now, let's go to the press release of the Ombudsman. No, ang sabi ng press release ng Ombudsman, Congressman Antonino, based on the list of project beneficiaries certified correct by Representative Antonino.
Yun yung may pirma niya supposed to be.
And based on that, nag-press release sila, pero nandyan na ito.
Na may denial na kayo na...
Nandyan na eh. So why couldn't they just ask naman? Di ba, nandyan na eh. So why can't they, based on the list that was certified, they didn't even mention na pala meron na ako sa COA.
Ang sinasabi niyo po ba, biktima rin kayo?
Well, it's very hard to say what happened in all of this. It is really hard to say. I think really we should get to the bottom line of this. Pero what I'm trying to point out is that para bang yung proseso hindi kami binibigyan ng pagkakataon para ipalinaw yan at the earliest possible time. Parang the feeling I'm getting is that parang, sige, ilabas na yan, no? Ilabas na yan, bahala na si Congressman Antonino, bahala na siya, mag-explain ko ano man, be here, and defend his, protect his reputation, bahala na. And they don't seem to have any sense of responsibility. And of course, their duties naman in protecting also my right.
Yes.
As a citizen with a name that was protected for so long.
At least po, well, at least nabigyan kayo ng pagkakataon. But given this experience, what is your opinion of what's happening doon sa mga nakulong na ngayon? Kasi apparently, ang sinasabi ngayon, kaya naman sila nakakulong or na-detain, ay dahil parang sinasabi may scam. Given this experience, ano ang tingin nyo dun sa nangyayari sa kanila?
Well, really, my thinking on this is that we will really not know, until we are in the proper venue. We will really not know, but all I'm saying is that in my case, I believe that if they had come to me and asked for an explanation, like in the COA's case, my fourth signature, well, then this would not have come out in the COA that I certified. Then the ombudsman also would have known that it was not my certification. No? So that would have, you know,
Baka tinatawagan ho ata
ay sorry sorry. Hindi ko nakuha. Pag napatay, pasensya.
In any case, Rudy, thank you very much. Pagdalo nyo dito ngayon, pero panghuli na lang po para ihinto muna natin dito.
Yes.
Kung hindi po kayo siyempre ang nasa likod nitong supposed irregular releases ng PIDA, sino ho ang sa palagay ninyo ang nag-beam sa inyo dito o nag-set up sa inyo dito sa scouting?
Well, hindi. Mahirap
idea.
mag-speculate, parang sinasabi mo pag may pinatay sa mga maraming suspects. Hindi ba? Parang ituturo mo na, ito yung aking paningin. No?
Yeah.
Mahirap sabihin yung kung ano ang nangyayari dito. But we really need to get to the bottom of line of this. Because sa akin tingin, parang as you said, Bernadette, may nabibiktima dito. Whether yung iba hindi biktima, then we'll get to all of that. Na sinasabi ko lang, yung proseso, at least in my case, is that sana man lang, the COA does their bitoro. And the ombudsman also dito, like in one report, it says, just my last point, it says the Commission on Audit has categorized the funds, and this is about me, this is about that project, has categorized the funds as unliquidated in full, as neither BMNKFI, which is
The Buhay Mo Mahal Ka Foundation.
nor Antonino's office submitted a list of actual beneficiaries or a detailed liquidation report. Okay, now if you go to the COA report, they have Annex B. And in Annex B it says, list of NGOs to which PDAF were transferred with unliquidated balances. Audit of Priority Development Assistance Fund covering CY 2007 to 2009. We go to Buhay Ko Mahal Ko Foundation, Rodolfo Antonino.
Is that mentioned?
So, what happened? If indeed the funds were categorized unliquidated, di dapat
Why you?
dito ito. Eh ba, wala eh.
Meron ba kayong pwedeng gawing, I don't know, hindi naman pwedeng demanda, pero ang gagawin niyo naman doon sa report ng ombudsman if you're saying you're the victim here?
Well, it's hard to say at this point what I would do. But I believe that if I find the basis to hold them accountable for damaging my reputation, I will go all out. Because, this is a name that to be protected. I've inherited this from my father, my mother, who were senators during the 60s, with Ninoy Aquino, and all of that. And for them to just come out and make, for me, bogey points, bakit mag-press release kung
PI pa naman.
o mag-PI pa pala kayo? Hindi ba? But may press release na kagad. See, who are you pleasing? That is my question. Who are you pleasing? Because it certainly cannot be that you're pleasing yourselves. The ombudsman certainly cannot be pleasing herself, nor can the COA be pleasing herself. They must be pleasing somebody else.
Presidente.
Well, ayoko na mag-comment. Pero maybe they're trying to please the people.
Okay.
No? That could be it also. Because of course, there's a rage on this event that happened. It could be, pero sandali naman. In the form of pleasing people, marami naman kayo pwedeng masagasaan. Case in point, J.B. Reyes, ano nangyari? Hindi ba? He was supposed to be included, went out on the media, and what happened? Biglang bawi. Di ba?
You should find something suspicious behind that?
No, it's not that I find something suspicious about it. But what I'm saying is it can happen. And we should avoid that.
Okay.
Because kawawa naman yung mga pangalan.
Padalos-dalos.
Oh, and they should also be more circumspect in the way they conduct their investigation.
Alam mo, Kong, nagpapasalamat nga kami that you actually took the time to travel from Nueva Ecija.
Yes.
Kung saan nananahimik na dapat kayo all the way here to the studio. Pero hayaan nyo, dahil nga sa nakapagsalita na kayo dito, we'd like to get the side, of course, of the COA and the Ombudsman.
Yes.
Para naman masagot nila yung mga delays yung points. In the meantime, former Congressman Rudy Antonino, maraming salamat, sir.
Oh,
Good to see you again.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity
Thank you.
to express, my side of this and the way I feel about it. And, of course, this is very unfortunate that it happened this way.
Yeah.
And I think it's all a learning experience. And we all learn from this. Eventually, I think my points that I made in your show,
Yeah.
but hopefully be a learning experience rin for the Ombudsman and the COA.
Sige.
Para naman gumanda lahat, hindi ba? Yan naman ang hanap natin, hindi ba?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Salamat.
And coming up next on Top Story, police arrest 3 suspects behind the killing of hotel chain owner Richard King.
And a suspect in the Maguindanao massacre is killed in a shootout. The details from Top Story returns.
Ngawit?